Okay, hello YouTube, Tacoma Comics here, and this is my comic book room as done as it will be for a while, because it's a lot more doner than it was done before. So I'm just going to take you on a quick tour here, give you a little overview, and then go by the different sections, kind of one at a time. Still a lot to do, a lot of stuff to hang up, a lot of comics to sort, but this is the neatest and best that I've had it in a long while. I don't know what sort of lighting we're going to get in here to see stuff, but we've got stuff all over the place. Making it neat like this kind of makes it seem like I don't have as much as I thought I did. I love that Asajj Ventress, by the way. Bubble wrapping boxes and bags and boards and stuff. So let's start over here. Got my table set, my comics, and it's alphabetical. 4 kids walk into a bank, second printing of number 1. So you got like our 4s, our A's and B's, our C's, our D's, and et cetera. And then I just put I got a Vincent Van Gogh figure because sometimes I can't help myself. It's stupid. Got all my Star Wars Pez dispenser collection here, including my R2-D2 that's still sealed, came with a missing leg. I think that's like a $5 billion R2-D2 Pez dispenser because it's a factory defect, but I have absolutely no knowledge to back that up. It's just my own thing. So there's the Pez dispensers, some Yoda Bionicles, R2-D2 in the corner. He's going to get raised up there in the corner where the books meet. More books to stash because I need another box in there. More books to stash because I need another box for like the HIs. More books to stash because I need another box of HIJs. Then we go along and alphabetically the comics pick up down there into that box there. Got all my Bionicles. These guys, some of these have been in storage boxes since I moved back in August, or like I started packing up in June or July. So like the old comic book room was one of the first things that I packed up. So some of this stuff has been away for a while and I haven't seen it. Some of the stuff I'm like, I might want to get rid of that soon because I've got too much stuff there. So I started a wall. I was trying to really go minimalist here. See if I can get no glare on this. I was trying to really go minimalist. This is 2 Velcro strips, and I don't know. Sticky back Velcro, I don't know if they're going to hold, but we will find out. So that is Miss Marvel Volume 4, number 31, the Stephanie Hans Virgin variant. That is Miss Marvel Volume 3, number 1, signed by G. Willow Wilson and Art Adams. That is the Art Adams 1 in 100 sketch variant. That was the Generations. It says Miss Marvel, but it's really Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, or the old Miss Marvel. When Carol Danvers Miss Marvel, that's signed by G. Willow Wilson. That's also Stephanie Hans cover. That's Avengers Ultron Revolution, number 11. That is the first animated appearance of Kamala Khan, or appearance of the animated Kamala Khan. It's a storyline from one of the TV shows, is basically what I'm trying to say. Signed by G. Willow Wilson. Also signed by G. Willow Wilson is Marvel Now, All New Marvel Now, .1, number 1. And that is the second cover appearance of Kamala Khan and the first story featuring Kamala Khan. Moving over here is the Saya Phantom variant for Volume 4, number 1. I don't have the sketch one of that. I want to get that. G. Willow Wilson on Miss Marvel Volume 4, number 1, the regular cover. Jamie McKelvey's design variant for Volume 3, number 1, also signed by G. Willow Wilson, and Volume 3, number 1, Miss Marvel, signed by G. Willow Wilson. So if this holds and works, I'm going to put up more strips there, a couple other places. I've also got like posters and stuff to put up, but I'll definitely put up more strips for comics. I'll probably have like some permanent walls and then some rotating walls. So let's see. Obviously, I've got, that's not a slab. That's just a protective case I got. I want to get this one cleaned at some point because the back of it's smudgy. There's that same one, and you've heard the story 1,000 times before if you follow my channel. I purchased what I thought was the color variant, and then they sent me this black and white one. The color one is 1 in 50. This is a 1 in 100 incentive variant, 9.8. So I'm actually selling that because I don't need it, and I'd rather use the money for something I do need. And then there is the first cover appearance of Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel. On the windowsill, I had a little recessed ledge here, so if you can see, that's the Mets from 1998 when they were the National League East champs, but they got beat by the Dodgers in the series. It's a little copper R2D2 keychain. My parents are British, English, if you want to get non-technical, but they will tell you they're British. So it's a little British US pin. This guy I like because he lights up. Oh no, I just lost Count Dooku, but I got that from one of those concerts where they did like the Star Wars, the local Seattle Symphony did the Star Wars music in concert live, so that was pretty cool. So you can get Count Dooku Lego back up there. There you go. All of these, the exception of this guy here and Snaggletooth here, the rest are like 88 or like 97 reprints, but Snaggletooth, and I forget this guy's name here, are originals. The way to tell that, two ways. So those holes are hard to see. They're hexagonal, a little bit larger, but the can we not see from here? I can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Yeah. So the date, it's not going to focus, but the date for most of them was printed on the back of the leg. I'm just going to read it for you here after I take my glasses off. It says 1978 Hong Kong, so that's where they were made. The newer ones have the information on the bottom of the feet. I'll show you one like this. So if you're trying to shop for things that are not in the box, I don't know if you can read that, but there's writing on the bottom of the feet. So even though this one has the hexagonal holes, this is a much later one. So that's just a little way to tell. I'm not going to go through this in detail, but you can tell Star Wars is a theme. I borrowed my son's colored pencils. I've always liked that brand. I don't know where I got them from. There's a Black Knight from Monty Python Holy Grail back there. There is Brave Sir Robin and the French Taunter. Some Lord of the Rings action here. I love that these are actually post office boxes or like mail boxes in England. But this one is also a pencil sharpener. I always thought that was cool when I went to England. I didn't know what those were. Lord of the Rings Pez dispenser set. In that Darth Vader, that's a carrying case. I've got like 25 figures in there. They're all original. Animal has been one of my favorites. This little metal like statue, guys, as much as I didn't like Phantom Menace or the prequels, I love the actual design of this. And there's a little double-decker bust there. This is a shark mouth, and in there I've got all sorts of buttons. You can see Alarm Cat from Shudder, and I can't do this, I only have one hand. There's Bitch Planet and Mind Management and some X-Men stuff from Jay and Miles Explain the X-Men. A lot of cool little bits and pieces, stuff, comics, and this is my yep, those are all Miss Marvel. These are all Lumberjanes in this box. Lumberjane, whole box of Lumberjanes. 1986, the Mets, year to remember. I'm beginning to forget it because I'm getting old, right? I threw Wonder Woman in here because G. Willow Wilson is now writing Wonder Woman. There's two of the Miss Marvel Walgreens exclusive Funko Pops. Most of those are signed. I got to get her to sign the Legends figure. There's the chess piece, and there's the Lego piece. There's a couple other. There's the $75 statue I want to get eventually, but we'll work on that. These are all the Champions cutouts. I forgot to get Miles signed, but I'm got this one signed by G. Willow Wilson. Vision is in there because he's Viv's dad, and I know where else to put him. That little skateboarding grandpa is just a thing that a student gave me like 20 years ago. I've held on to. There's an original Star Wars pop-up book from the 70s. Moving on, I love my Lego Bounty Hunters. So freaking cool. Couple bobblehead guys. ElfQuest miniatures I bought back in like the 80s. Chirrut Imwe, Jyn Erso, there's Boba Fett. I haven't actually made those two yet. I can't remember this guy's name, but the music guy from the Cantina, and there's a Porg. I got suckered into that. Always love this Greedo statue. Behind Greedo, you can see I've got Zoot and Dr. Teeth. I don't have Floyd or Janice, two that I need to get. Love that Ahsoka Tano right there. Very cool. What is this? This is Poe, and there's a Black Label character back there. Moving on. I need to get new batteries in the Simpsons van because Otto used to say some cool stuff, and you could push on any of the heads of the kids and they said stuff. And there's the Mystery Machine back there. Captain Marvel, Pop, and Rock Candy. Some of the Saga Pops back there. Poe and a few more. Moving along, I got, Star Wars characters here in my Yoda lunchbox. I actually met and watched a presentation by the guy who designed all of Lego's architectural stuff. So he signed that. More Star Wars, and then just graphic novels. I'll go through, I'm going to do a video on each section of this to kind of go through them more in depth. But I just thought I'd take you guys through an overview. I was just about to say I don't want this video to be more than 10 minutes. It's already at 11 minutes. So ElfQuest, the large format ones, some Ferris stuff there. Something called The Walking Dead you might have heard of. Two Towers. Other stuff that's just too big. There's my yearbook. I'll show you my yearbook picture sometime. Just stuff that's too big to fit. Those are comics for sale. This is my one long box I want to get rid of because I hate long boxes. Qui-Gon Jinn sitting in front of Animals drum set on top of my wedding album. Stuff I haven't sorted yet or that I haven't hung up yet. That is something my son made when he was in first grade. More stuff to hang up. DC Nation I haven't read yet. These are all the books I've written. Here's my name down there. How does 3D printing work? Robots, sensors in the environment. Integrated robotics. Math programming controllers. How self-driving cars work. And how robots work. These two are for kids. I've got some extra comps of these. I'm sending one out to Pope G, but if anybody has kids 6 to 10, I can send you a copy of those. That's not a problem. I've got comps somewhere at Shea Stadium on opening day. That's Shea Stadium, I think, towards the end before they move to Citi Field. Star Wars model TIE Fighter I haven't made yet. You saw these guys earlier. I love these guys. See if we can get some bobblehead going on. Woo! Oh, you can't see crap in here. Lord of the Rings, books, Somerset Maugham. I'm a big fan of old Somerset Maugham stuff. More Star Wars stuff, more crap. So we're going to come out of there because that's just all crap. More comics stored on the bottom. And, I think that's it. I actually have room here so I could, sit down here and have a camera behind me. I'll probably get a second row of comics underneath there. I can actually feel like it's not a blank room that people are staring at. So anyway, there's my comic book room tour. There's my guitar. This frame broke. This is Royal Robbins on the first descent of the Salathé Wall. Signed by Royal Robbins. My friend met him. It's really darn cool. I'm a rock climber too. It's another thing I do. And so, yeah, that is about it, guys. Thanks for joining me. I'm pretty psyched. A little bit relieved. A little bit less stress coming in here. I'll talk to you guys later.